Our big story tonight, a pause on executions in Arizona. This developing story has major implications for the correction system here. Governor Katie Hobbs making that announcement this morning.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Tram Mai.
And I'm Mark Curtis. Team 12 political insider Bram Resnick is tracking this big story for us. Bram?
Yeah, Mark, a botched execution in 2014 shut down Arizona's death chamber for 8 years. There was a flurry of executions last year. Now, Arizona's new governor is calling for a top-to-bottom review of how the death penalty is carried out. And the new attorney general, who initiates executions, is putting them on hold.
We just want to make sure the practices are sound.
Governor Katie Hobbs' new executive order will put executions under a microscope. An independent commissioner reporting to Hobbs will review how the state administers the death penalty. The commissioner will then issue recommendations on improving the process.
If the state of Arizona is executing people in the name of Arizonans, Arizonans deserve transparency around that process.
Executions of Arizona death row inmates resumed last May after an 8-year suspension. The botched execution of Joe Wood in 2014 resulted in a legal settlement prescribing how executions are carried out. Under Republican Attorney General Mark Brnovich, 3 condemned murderers were all put to death last year in the span of 7 months. On Friday, the new Democratic Attorney General, Chris Mays, paused the planned execution of murderer Aaron Brian Gunches, which Brnovich had set in motion. In a court filing, Mays said there was a heightened need to ensure any capital sentence is carried out constitutionally, legally, humanely, and with transparency.
I believe that we need to have a great deal more transparency around the drugs that are being used, more transparency around the process.
Hobbs wouldn't answer reporters' questions about whether she supported the death penalty. And the timeline for appointing the death penalty commissioner still unclear. So is a completion date for the review, and so is how long this pause will last. Live in the newsroom, Bram Resnick, 12 News.